even if I'm standing alone, standing anywhere. The whole idea of maybe you're known in the goons, he knows all of them combined. Nobody will move a finger.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watch, and this is my editorial. I'm from DJ Slim, and of course, this editorial is probably brought to you by mybet.africa. 3Ws.mybet.africa. Mekacho say euros are ebe. Ope one betting site. Abitimes sticky. Obeta odds no real. In fact, delivered from above. I so hotel nkwadia. It has to be mybet.africa. Aqua blue mineral water ekaye aqua blue mineral water sukroje nkwa ene enum su papa ena make for ede amount. Ena se o send this can so free abroche ede abagana use Jupay Jupay download the app necessary and na obo promo code DJ Slim Ishima unya $10 discount on all your transactions. A $10 discount on all your transactions. Now in this editorial, Baba Sadik and Stonebwoy. Previously, Macau Mohase my yedika editorials too. Finally, the woman aba metani aba meba ninyina me besanimo guha. You
don't know these streets like we do.
Welcome back. Now, previously me editorial about Baba Sadiq and Stonebwoy. It seems some relationship I hit it on rocks. Chese baby omujina no edwidwidwidwire kakra na da bia akosini say na asema aba latest Stonebwoy or the Baba Sadiq Echo Court for defamation, character defamation. And now, if you want to have a background or you want to understand it, let me run you through events that happened there. You be Drew, baby, you dream. Okay, I say a year before TGMA, Artist of the Year category, yes, Stonebwoy and can promise not in the lead when it comes to favorites for a year AOTY. It started off with a campaign by Baba Sadiq campaigning heavily for Kim Promise. No, who say Kim Promise the year under review, year 2023. No, na year Juma Kesiye who deserve the Artist of the Year title. However, people also believe in people like Jermaine Portfolio, the MC also believe yes, all those can promise I had but Stonebwoy there, and also I had more. So there was argument on social media, of which it got to a time, fan base, it waded into the conversation. Into fan base, waded into conversation, they go back and forth. None of the artists in question, Stonebwoy and I can promise, were seen actively, engaging people on the conversations like this. But then fan armies, joining in a fan army, one guy, Beam Defender, Lasmid Umar on Twitter, engage Baba Sadiq further, and I think this was like the third or fourth day of engagement. And Baba Sadiq says Stonebwoy afraid at disrespecting the wife in a tweet. So in that same tweet, last mid Umano, and so Ebe say Obe probe into it, trying to find out what exactly happened. And also question Baba Sadiq say, "Ohune say enye bibisa enye de NC." Na in ono any Sadiq back and forth, this thing happened, and I would like to share that with you. There was a tweet where, in fact, Baba Sadiq was saying which artist or family in public calls to disrespect wives of others and gives fans the exact pass to further disrespect and denigrate because he can't tolerate views of others. This is what Baba Sadiq put out. Now, sa tweeting in the last minute, Umar say, "You think you know all, and your nonsense opinion is the finest. All right, this is pure allegation. I hope you know he can take you on. Why don't you ask your wife to publish what Stonebwoy said?" No satro kwasiaka. Now, enema Baba Sadiq ebae Becca say, if she does, it will damage him and continue to present him as intolerable, impatient, temperamental, violent, woman abuser, and erratic. These were the words of Baba Sadiq Echoy. Now say it will come and add up to a long list of such behaviors exhibited earlier. Knowing myself, if I go the full haul with him on this, because I don't back down, it may more than deepen the perception of his private bad behaviors. I'm trying to restrain myself. In some Baba Sadiq and so the Ekahuni. Well, these words did not sit well with Stonebwoy. So Stonebwoy decided to take legal ways. But my main phone because I had the opportunity of being on a podcast with Baba Sadiq and a MC Portfolio. And in our discussion, I saw it say it was a perfect opportunity to ask him, said clarify what exactly happened a year between Ono and Stonebwoy. I'm leading to a relationship, baby, Edru CCA. And let's watch what Baba Sadiq said on the podcast.
Of my opinions about Stonebwoy. Started off digitally. It was just a conversation between myself and the fan where I actually put out the revelation and said, this is what had happened offline or via phone regarding Stonebwoy, for instance. And then they picked that. So now they are blurred lines because there are things that are...
explain further.
Yes, the American say, in my engagement, for instance, I got back and I passed an opinion on a Monday and the opinion had caught fire. Initially, I was not engaging because I was busy in the constituency. Later, I drew me by, I sometimes do not sleep early. I was engaging some of them. There was a particular one which was also tinged with a bit of politics. So let me engage some of them. Then obviously Team Stonebwoy had called on the Tuesday to have a conversation. But
they called who?
This guy had called me. Chief had called me. In fact, he had called Ricky. And incidentally, I was with Ricky. And then we had a conversation. We had a conversation stemming from the fact that after Salah, we never spoke and we clarified a few issues. But I think around the same time, Stonebwoy also called my wife. So I'm
interested.
So that's what I'm saying, that I'm using that to come and explain the fact that there are blurred lines now. So I'm coming down. Someone afraid of he called my wife. And so when he called my wife, they had a conversation. But me do feel late on Tuesday evening, so we couldn't even speak in the morning. After we prayed and we were off, she was off, we couldn't have a conversation. And Stonebwoy called me again on the Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, he called me again on the Wednesday, expressing his opinion about my opinion and what was happening.
And what was his opinion about your opinion?
But of course, he's not happy about the opinion I have about his opinion.
Even
I felt like, his basis was simple. It was almost as if Charlie, the Echoes, he doesn't find it amusing and everything. I was like, why? He says, whatever is going on, he doesn't think it's right. I said, why? Because, why? The reason I said why, and I told him, I said, look, you know me to be a man of opinions. I've always had an opinion, and I've always not been somebody to shy away from opinion. And he said, oh, you think that you get sense, you get English in the word to describe some of the things that you do. So, but I've called your wife, and I've called your wife to caution you about this. So I was like,
caution you?
Yes, caution you. I was like,
okay.
How do you call my wife?
Underline the word.
No, but I'm trying to get, I have called your wife to
caution you,
Baba
Sadiq.
So I was like, why do you call my wife to caution me? Then he had some other things to say. And on the kind of say, maybe I'm not.
We're having a conversation.
So essentially what he was saying was that, look, he was making the point that he was just calling me to let me know, and that if we meet physically, we should be able to keep the same energy. I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
So I was like, what? So before me make a
my own Stonebwoy,
he had cut the line, and then he had actually blocked it. So I called his manager. I called Chief, and I was like, Chief, look, you need to tell your guy. So I actually sent him a message. About it. I think I have the message here. How much is it probably? Somebody bring me my phone. Let me see what the message
phone
is.
Oh, it went that far.
Phone.
We want
just let bring the message. Let me see.
We want to read the message.
Wow.
Please, let's have the phone.
Wow. Yeah. So what did I actually send?
Vanguard, easy. Oh.
So this, obviously we could have a. What did I send to him?
Year of Science and Data.
So the same Wednesday, right after we finished speaking, so we finished speaking, I think around 4:55. So I said, I say, it is disrespectful to actually call me with this perspective on my opinions and just leave the conversation. It's even worse when you get my wife involved in it. You need to stop being temperamental about people's personal opinions. We can't always agree with you on all matters. At this point, you need to be very tolerant of people's opinions. So I sent him that, and then my friend Chief. Then I told Chief that, look, you need to speak to your guy. He needs to be able to tone down people's opinions. I mean, he's known me to be a man of opinions. I've never shied away from opinions. You know, I think the people that sometimes are bothered by some opinions are people that are now waking up to Sadiq. You know, if it's not because of my opinions and somebody that has that takes a stand, I probably won't be in politics. Because I'll be shying away and beating me baby. But if I'm in it should mean that between two parties or three parties, I chose this is where I want to stand. So he should tell you. Okay. You know, so I mean I told him that that you should tell him that look, he shouldn't get into those points because he knows as much as I know that even if I'm standing alone, standing anywhere, the whole idea of maybe you're known in the goons, he knows all of them combined. Nobody will move a finger. He knows why. He knows it.
No, but this
not because of anything.
It's painting a very confrontational narrative.
No. It's not.
But no, from the way you are pushing it, is
no, because I felt threatened. So I'm saying that he knows that I felt threatened about the whole idea.
But the idea is keep the same energy. It means that maybe he doesn't want you close, but it doesn't mean it will get confrontational.
Listen, I know.
Okay, you understand.
I know him as much as he knows me.
Well, you can see, say. Relationship, no baby. I could drew. I mean, course, no baby. We called we free. We go free way. And last. You need Jesus. And last. We need Jesus. Baba Sadik claimed that Stonebwoy is also a friend. And in the conversation, Stonebwoy was like, "If you see me, keep the same energy." Well, keep the same energy, no. And so I could pay a police station. In another document that you chance upon, and also Chiremu say Stonebwoy has also been invited by the police to appear at the Mile 7, Achimota Mile 7 police station a year latest on Monday from 10 to 12 a.m. I was a report to Mile 7, Achimota Mile 7 police station. I was all baho. Na obi in Simbiano. Na we ensa statement I ensaka. Baba Sadiq Abdullahi Abu the statement I will make Achimota Mile 7 police station. Now statement in here I would like to read or say on Wednesday the 15th of May 2024 about 4 p.m. Mr. Livingstone Setekla, popularly called Stonebwoy, a musician, called me to complain about my opinion and choice of Kim Promise to become the Telecel Ghana Music Awards Artist of the Year for 2024. When he called me, he questioned me and sought to find out if I was happy with the happenings on social media. Before I could fully finish my response to him, he told me that if I meet him physically, I should maintain the same energy. Which from his tone and reputation, I considered that to be a threat to physically harm me. After making a statement I reasonably considered to be a threat, he added, "I know you are recording this conversation or I may be on speaker, but if we meet physically, keep the same energy," and he cut the line. Last week, Friday, 31st of May 2024, at the rehearsal and a dry run of the Telecel Ghana Music Awards, his manager physically tagged an acquaintance and a team member of the musician Kim Promise, who was seated next to me. Later, I gathered information that Mr. Setekla, and in fact, same way there. I will say, in kind we say, me person to us would be my person to a police statement in this would be. Initially, Sanyama we I thought it would be something made me a solve, but maybe I seem to say equi. Before I even jumped on camera to talk about this thing, production, one who say I've been stressing a lot to put together this editorial because these are two people that I know to have been friends. But baby, I say I didn't name an econo. I wish say. I wish say Kanyeman say, but but Sadiq, Stone is your guy. Stone, I know you guys will watch this. You guys, minim somewhere. Bobo, and Nyeman a chance will be at Bobia. I think there's always a way to fix this thing. Timestre say baby edru ne de ya kwa chire dodo. Let's press that reset button and come back to factory settings. Mr. Mo. Ya kwa chire dodo. You know, Baba Sadik and so pursue on also the dear Stonebwoy so pursue the dear. I have nothing to say. Or comment and may try our comment session. Whatever you have to say about this, we'll read this and also present it some other time on this platform. If I'm DJ Slam, Mr. Audio, I keep it real because street is always what? Watching.
You don't know these streets like we do.
We show.